Hello, hello, and welcome to everyone joining us today on this call. My name is Paula Sherrill. I am a holistic health and wellness practitioner and a wellness advocate with doTERRA. We are continuing our series of wellness in real life, powered by natural intelligence. So this is something that I'm really passionate about, something that I feel like everyone needs to know about and work with. A lot of us have been kind of trained, if you will, to really think about our symptoms, right? Like we might say, hey, do you have something for fill in the blank? Or you might go to the doctor and say, hey, I'm experiencing this. Would you help it? Kind of thing. Versus, I wonder what's causing that, whether it be a discomfort, whether it be any type of system issues or needing support for something or whatever. So, but there are times though when we just absolutely need support for that symptom. And that is what we're here to talk to you about today. So you will see in front of you a QR code, and I ask that you click on that QR code and it will take you to a health survey. For watching this today, I'm giving you a gift from the very beginning. After you complete that health survey, it's an 8-question survey, it takes about a minute or less. It's all multiple choice answers, so it's super simple to answer. You will receive a one-time email with links to 6 different health guides for sleep, digestion, stress, metabolic support, and more. These are health guides that have videos, they have things you can read, there's different links to other information, just so much, just a lot of information that I think is super beneficial, super helpful for you, and I do love to be able to share that with you. Okay, in addition, we are going to go through this live guide that you're seeing in the bottom right corner. And so if you do want to follow along with the live guide, this QR code will take you to that live guide. So today we're going to be talking about transforming your health using the gifts of the earth that we have been provided. That is actually what doTERRA means, is gift to the earth. And we do believe that there is a doTERRA difference. There's a lot of confusion out in the world right now of what product to use or what to use for certain health issues or that type of thing. But when improving your health is top priority, then you're going to need a guide and a mentor. And that is one of the differences of being with doTERRA, is that when you become a customer with doTERRA, you also get a mentor to walk alongside with you, to answer questions and to help guide you through it. We want to be there to support you and help you with that. That is truly our top priority. And we want you to have a wellness plan that really sticks, something that truly does make a difference in your life and not just masks a symptom. So in doing that, we do want to incorporate a wellness lifestyle. And we have to have a super solid foundation to be able to do this. And you'll see on the bottom of this list here, we have nutrition and digestion. That is the foundation of wellness. If when you have a lifestyle of wellness that has really good nutrition and your digestion is working well, then as we stack the other things on top of it, your body will be able to just truly be able to feel its best. You'll be able to experience joy. You'll be able to have all that you need to be able to live your best life. Like I truly do believe this. Okay. So we're going to be talking about the healthy daily habits that you will be able to experience as you choose into this wellness lifestyle, right? So that you can experience a whole new level of wholeness and wellness and be able to experience just true health and joy. Okay. So, um, as we talk about all of the different steps here, I want you to kind of rate yourself on how you think you're doing in each of these areas on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not so great, and 10 being absolute best. I have this mastered. rate yourself in each one of these categories for nutrition and digestion, movement and metabolism, rest and managed stress, reducing toxicity, being truly informed on self-care, and proactive medical care. Okay? So when we talk about nutrition and digestion, we're going to be talking about a few different things here. A lot of people do take vitamins, which is awesome. I think that's phenomenal to be in a habit of taking a vitamin and mineral supplement. However, a lot of the vitamins and mineral supplements that are on the market today are not maximizing the support that you need. A lot of them are not even being absorbed into your body. And you're not getting the benefit of taking those. So we do offer products that are anywhere from 95 to 100% absorbed in the body, and they last anywhere from 6 to 8 hours on up at that percentage rate, which is phenomenal and unheard of. Most supplements on the market today are maybe 10, 20% absorbed if they are like top notch or one of the better ones out there. And they really only last in the body an hour or two. And then the rest of it is disposed of or stored and can create issues later. So please keep that in mind. Then when it comes to movement and metabolism, we've got to move our body and the engine of our body. The engine of our body is our metabolic system. Those have to keep moving step by step, continual. If our metabolic system is not always on, then our body will slow down in other areas. There's a domino effect to this. And for instance, with our lymphatic system, the only way to clear that is to move. You have to physically move your body to be able to clear your lymphatic system. So some people haven't done that in a long time, right? And other people are, but then they're like, oh, but I get so sore with this or whatever. So we have support for that. We have support with muscle soreness and joints and bone health and all of that jazz. Okay, we also have support for metabolic health, true metabolic health, not just words only, but scientifically proven to truly help the metabolic system. Then we're going to go into resting and managing stress. And honestly, for a lot of people, this is where the domino starts, is in resting and managing stress. People are not getting enough rest, they're not getting quality rest, and they're not managing their stress the way that it's needed. So we have support to help you be able to calm and ground. And that is truly significant in us being able to really be able to make a difference and to live your best life and to have your best energy. Managing stress is going to be a daily continuum. We're never going to be without stressors, but how our body reacts to that can make a difference and can truly be what helps our body versus what goes against our body. Then we're going to go into cleansing and detoxifying. We're going to cleanse and detoxify our bodies, but we're also going to cleanse and detoxify our environment, our home. We want to make sure that what we bring into our home and what we have around us is also clean and toxin-free. That is a really big difference. And then we want to truly be proactive about medical care. Now, when I talk about both informed self-care and proactive medical care, I'm also a lot of times talking about aroma touch, which is a technique that we use to truly be able to help our body be able to bring it back into balance. But for today, we're going to be talking about protecting and restoring our immune function, our cellular function, our mitochondria. Because if our cells are not ready to receive what we put in it, it's not going to matter what we put in it. So we have to keep our cells functioning in a way that will truly support our bodies. Okay? Now, nutrition and digestion. Let's talk for a minute about that. There's a lot of people that will deal with a lot of digestive discomfort in some ways, or digestive upset in some ways. And a lot of that sadly has to do with the quality of food or the lack of quality of food that we have available to us right now. The enzymes that were once in our food naturally are no longer there. So it is key and so vitally important that you're taking enzymes along with eating clean, nutritious, hormone-free, organic type of foods. We want to avoid things like the glyphosates and the pesticides as much as possible. So when it comes to digestion, we need to be able to support ourselves also because there's a gut health balance that's super important. I'm gut brain, sorry. Gut brain balance that is super important and super needed, so vital, so vitally important to us. When our gut is off, a lot of times mentally we're off. And when we're off mentally, a lot of times our gut is off. So we need those two communicating clearly and having clear pathways at all times to have our optimal daily nutrition, digestive support, whole food supplements are ideal. That is so important. So when we talk about whole food supplements, we have a couple of different options. One is not pictured here, and it's honestly my favorite, and it's called the Lifelong Vitality. The Lifelong Vitality Pack is 3 different bottles of vitamins and minerals and homeopathic, holistic type of ingredients that are synergistically created to be able to give us the optimal health and performance for our cells. In addition, with those, and as well as the VMG, we have the E Omega Plus. The E Omega Plus are our essential fatty acids. Everybody needs these for heart health, for immune health, for brain health, for bone health, for so many things, right? And so that is so key and so important as well. But how those are created and how they are sustained truly matters. And sadly, a lot of the omegas that are on the market today are rancid before they even hit the shelf. So you want to make sure that what is on the bottle is actually in the product that you're taking. Now let's talk for a minute about VMG. So I told you that Lifelong Vitality Pack has 3 different bottles of supplements, 2 of which are, capsule form, right? Like all 3 of them are actually in some form of a capsule or soft gel. But in the VMG, we have 2 of those bottles of the Lifelong Vitality Pack that are in the VMG powdered packets. Okay, so what you would take in a daily regimen for the Lifelong Vitality Pack would be in the VMG. The G stands for greens. So with the vitamins and minerals, you're also getting the greens. So keep that in mind. There are people who just don't want to be taking a lot of pills type things, so then they do the powdered vitamins and minerals. Same type of absorption rate, but a little simpler to take. So whichever one you prefer, please do. I honestly will continue to take the pills. I love the Lifelong Vitality Pack. They've been around since the beginning of doTERRA, and it has just been truly amazing and life-changing for me. So I will continue to take those. I do enjoy VMG, the taste of that. I think it's awesome. So, and there's a lot of customers that I have that do use that, and they really love it. So, so we have those 2 options for you. Then, when it comes to digestion and elimination, we want to be regular, as my grandmother used to call it. So, this is something very key and very important. The Terrazyme that I was talking about earlier with the essential enzymes, digestive enzymes, whole food enzymes that our body needs, this is important. So, a Terrazyme capsule taken before you eat will help your body to digest the food that you give it. Revitazen has a combination of different essential oils and homeopathic, holistic type things that will truly help the liver, the kidneys, and the colon. That is what this is made for. What it was created for was to help those 3 pathways of detoxification. So a lot of people will take one with the morning meal, maybe add a couple of drops to a little bit of water and drink that, and then you'll have support with that throughout the day. Now, one of my very favorite things to use daily is the PB Restore. You also have the option of the PB Assist Plus. The PB Assist Plus is a little packet that I call a pixie stick because it honestly tastes like one to me. But you can just pour it in your mouth and you'll have the probiotics that you need. The PB Restore is pre, pro, and postbiotics that our body needs because we don't just need a probiotic, we also need a prebiotic and we need a postbiotic so that our entire intestine has support all the way through, from the small intestine to the large intestine. That is so key and so vitally important. So I totally recommend this for you on a daily basis. There are many people that could benefit from some extra fiber in their life. So doTERRA does have fiber. A lot of people will actually mix that fiber in with their VMG and take it together. However you take it is totally up to you, but it does help to optimize your appetite control, and it already helps aid in your healthy blood sugar levels as well. So that, if you are going to be taking that, I'd recommend a scoop in water every day. Now let's talk for a minute about daily wellness habits. Eating whole, fresh foods. And a lot of people ask me if I recommend a certain diet. And I will just tell you that if I were to recommend any type of diet, I usually go in between a couple of different ones just because, um, it depends on who you are and what your needs are. But generally, most people benefit from an anti-inflammatory type diet, and a lot of people benefit from a Mediterranean type diet. So those would probably be the ones I recommend the most. If you're dealing chronically with digestive issues or digestive health issues of any kind, I recommend the SCD diet. That stands for specific carbohydrate diet. So that would be the one I'd recommend on that one. Um, Now, again, not knowing you and what your needs are, I don't recommend specifically, but those are just some general diets that I do recommend that I feel like are helpful and beneficial for people. But overall, everyone needs to be eating whole, fresh foods, not the prepackaged stuff that's in the aisles that are easy to get to, but holy cow, so processed and so full of stuff that our bodies don't even need, and honestly will create more issues for you. So I do recommend that you decrease, if not eliminate, sugar, caffeine, and processed foods. Dairy will depend on your own needs. Some people do well on dairy, some people don't. As well as the gluten is another thing as well. There's gluten that, and honestly, it's not really gluten, but it's the grain and how they've treated it. It's changed the dynamic of the gluten that's in our grain now. And so you just have to really be careful on that and the sources that you get your grain from or your bread from. Okay, now I do recommend eating so super healthy. And one of my favorite things to do is a green smoothie. I have so many different recipes for my green smoothies. There's so many different ways of doing this. But basically, it is greens, some almond milk or coconut milk or something like that. I generally do have it unsweetened. I usually get a handful of mixed greens that have some baby spinach, some kale, some chard in it, that sort of thing, and then frozen fruit, and frozen fruit of your choice. You can add the fiber to it if you want. You do not have to. You can also add VMG to it if you'd like. Again, if you just want to do it that way, you can do it that way. Sometimes I'll even add in some powdered, unsweetened almond powder, if you will. That I do like. I'll add in maybe some chia seeds or something like that if I want to increase the protein intake there. But just please make sure that with your produce that you're washing off the pesticides, the germs, the residues, and you're going to want to do that by filling the sink with cold water a little bit of vinegar, some lemon oil, and you're going to soak those fruits and vegetables and then you're going to rinse. Like that's important. But don't leave them in there too long because then that will start to wilt them. So just keep that in mind as well. But you are going to want to wash those. You could even, when you're making your oatmeal, add some cinnamon bark oil or On Guard or wild orange to your oatmeal. Something like that would also be good. When using that, you just need one drop. Please don't overdo it because it will overpower it, or even just a toothpick of it. Now, as I was saying earlier, our body is made to move. It was meant for movement. That's why we have the hinges. That's why we have the joints. That's why we have all of the bends in our body. Um, so that is super important. So regular exercise strengthens the muscles and supports the cardiovascular, circulatory, and lymphatic systems. The essential oils and supplements will support greater flexibility and ease of feelings of tension in the body, but together they can enhance your ability to stay active and strong. This is so, so, so important. Okay. So, as we were talking earlier, you see how we have here another smoothie recipe here for you in the Live Guide. But we also have the Deep Blue products here. The Deep Blue Rub, the Deep Blue Stick that also has copaiba with it. The Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex, which is honestly my favorite. It's a capsule that I take every day. I don't need any type of over-the-counter remedies for stress or discomfort type support. I use that instead. We also have our Mito 2 Max, which is incredible for energy, especially for those that want to come off of caffeine. This is a great substitute for that. It's a natural substitute for it. I recommend that everybody come off caffeine because it's super stressful for the heart. There's no good natural source of caffeine. I don't care what people tell you. There will be people that tell me that all the time. I'm like, now I know that, like caffeine is naturally occurring in chocolate and that sort of thing, but chocolate does not have the degree of caffeine that a lot of the other products do. And besides that, I don't know of anyone, and there, I'm sure they're out there that are, over consuming that. So keep that in mind when it comes to caffeine. It's really, really tough for the heart. Then we have our turmeric dual chamber caps. So this is where we have the turmeric powder mixed with the oil blend. That is where you're going to get the optimal support for a healthy inflammatory response when you have those two mixed together. And you can take one with breakfast and another with dinner, and that's going to truly be supportive for you. The Copaiba soft gels or the oil, whichever one you want. But oh my goodness, this is a daily thing for me because this will support the healthy functioning of the cardiovascular system and a healthy inflammatory response in the body. It has also been studied to help the nervous system and also it helps with flexibility. So definitely want to take that as needed. But like I said, that's a daily thing for me. So daily wellness habits. We want to do 30 minutes of daily movement, stretch, or practice yoga to increase flexibility in addition to that. So that is something so key and so important. Let's talk about our metabolic health here. So the metabolic health and our biological age are inseparable. But as we get older, our metabolic function does as well. Okay. So our metabolism does influence our energy, our weight, our body composition, the sleep quality, cognition, so many things. The stronger and healthier that your metabolic function is, the better you're going to feel from the inside out. So we have a 3-step MetaPower system to optimize your metabolic health and live your most powerful life. So with this, we have I normally start every day off with my advantage. I know that everybody is different, and in this Live Guide, the breakfast, lunch, dinner, and bedtime routine might be a little different than what I do, but my body has adjusted well to this, and I really do like it. So you'll see that here and here it says for breakfast, the second one down is the advantage in a shaker bottle. You don't have to use a shaker bottle. I just use a glass and I use my little frother, mix it up together, and then I drink it in some cold water. And that's usually the first thing I do before I do anything else. And then a smoothie with some fiber, with some greens. Oh my goodness, how that's going to be just truly amazing. And then you've got the MetaPower soft gel or a couple of drops of the MetaPower oil in a little bit of water and just drink that up. We do have our MetaPower gum if you would like to use that. It's one if you feel like you need something to just kind of help with your appetite. That would be a asset for you as well. For lunch, the digestion Terrazyme, definitely want to take before you eat lunch, and then another MetaPower soft gel with a little bit of water in it would help as well. Then for dinner or before your heaviest carbohydrate meal of the day, you want to take the Assist capsule 15 to 30 minutes before that largest whole food meal, right? Especially if it has carbohydrates. And then you're going to take a Terrazyme as well, and then also a MetaPower soft gel. And then at bedtime, it's also recommended either a soft gel or a little bit of the oil and a little bit of water. And then that will help support your metabolic system as you go throughout the day. So, here we want to eat whole food diet, right? Move more often and focus on quality sleep. We're going to use smart supplementation to complement targeted metabolic health efforts. Rest and manage stress. That is the next topic we're going to be talking about. This is something so key. So, essential oils provide dynamic support for getting the consistent quality sleep and managing stress that we need daily. Daily. So, we want to make sure that you have created an environment where your sleep gives you and your body the opportunity to repair and renew. That is what our bodies do when it sleeps, right? So we have the circadian rhythm. You might have heard of that, where you go to sleep by a certain time, you wake up by a certain time. Ideally, it's 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Now, some people have different work schedules and have to have different sleep cycles. I get that. But either way, you want to choose solutions that help keep you feeling your best, your most optimal, and you stay centered because you've been able to sleep well. And you do want to prioritize this rest. It's so key and so very important. So we do have a Serenity system. We have a Serenity stick. It's like a little deodorant stick. It has valerian in it, which is awesome. In that stick, you can just kind of rub it on you, and that will help you to sleep. And then also we have Serenity soft gels. Now I do take 2 of these every night before I go to bed with my Copaiba. It's been kind of awesome. And the Serenity helps a lot with sleep. It actually has a natural tart cherry in there that also helps with sleep and helps us with supporting our own melatonin, being able to help with rest, be able to get to that deep REM sleep and that type of thing. In addition, we have our Peace Blend, which is part of our emotional aromatherapy blends of oils, and cedarwood. Cedarwood is awesome for people that when you lay down at night and your mind just starts racing with a bunch of thoughts, cedarwood can help to get rid of some of that. If that is not enough, you can also use bergamot. I know bergamot here is not pictured, but it truly does help. For kids, Calmer is one that I would recommend. Rolling on the back of the neck and then chest is part of a relaxing nightly ritual and will really help them be able to just kind of release and help them to be able to rest and relax as well. Now, doTERRA does have Serenity and lavender. Some people just prefer lavender. Lavender is in our Serenity blend of oil. But like I said, some people just prefer lavender. That's totally cool. Either way, you can place 1 or 2 drops on your pillow to prepare for a good night's sleep and to have really great dreams. I don't necessarily put mine on the pillow. I normally just um, have it in my diffuser. So let's talk for a minute about managing stress. So you want to be able to feel great and stay centered. So here are some products that are really helpful with just managing stress. Number one, hands down, I'm going to recommend our adaptive system. The adaptive system was created. I call this our mental health line. Actually, I believe that doTERRA calls it that as well. This is the number one thing for helping to balance our neurotransmitters like our dopamine and our serotonin and that type of thing. And I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but our neurotransmitters are not created in our brain. They're created in our stomach, in our gut area, right? So adaptive can really help that as well. We also have a bottle of oil that you can diffuse and then, drop or two every day. And then we also have our adaptive roller bottle. Adaptive has also been shown to, whenever you combine it with balance, which is also shown here on the right, and a citrus oil, so you also see citrus bliss at the top, that it honestly supports people in decision-making processes. So if you work in a job or if you work with people who, you want to be able to support them in helping and making decisions better, easier, simpler, whatever, be diffusing that around them and then notice the difference. That is really kind of helpful. Um, so so that is just a tidbit on that one. So Citrus Bliss is a blend of citrus oils and vanilla. Oh, how I love that one. I've got it diffusing right now. And it is really great for a pick me up. It's really great to be able to create an uplifting environment. It's really awesome. Shinrin Yoku. So this is one where there were some scientists in Japan that really created this whole movement, if you will, of being outside in nature by diffusing oils. And while it cannot replace, honestly, being in nature in and of itself, but we are in a nature deprived society at this point. And so much of nature can actually reduce our cortisol levels and it can help us to feel less stress. So we've actually found that when diffusing Shinrin Yoku, it can actually reduce your cortisol levels. I believe they said I'm going to be guessing here, so I don't know if I want to guess the percentage, but it does reduce your cortisol levels. And it is truly amazing that it does that. I know I notice a difference. I normally sit here with a Shinrin Yoku roller bottle next to me, and it is super, super helpful. Okay. And cheer, you want to apply cheer to the wrists and to the pulse points for a cheerful boost of positivity. I honestly use that in a roller bottle as well. I put it inside my wrist, behind my ears. Love it. I do that every morning after shower. Totally a great way to start my day. Balance, I'm going to come back to that for a minute. I know that I told you earlier it was part of our blend for decision making, but balance can also be good just to help balance our just help us feel more grounded, right? If people are in some heightened state or they feel like they've got 1,000 things going on and they can't seem to balance it all, this really does help with just bringing that back into focus and just going, okay, I can do all of this, right? I've also used this whenever anyone that I know of is feeling emotional and like they're crying and they can't seem to stop crying and that type of thing. If you might have experienced that, especially among women, generally we can apply some balance to our ears and behind our ears, sometimes even over our heart, and within just a matter of minutes, we're feeling more composed again and able to handle life. So that is the way that I like to use those. Daily wellness habits, again, 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep nightly. You want to engage in daily mindfulness and meditation, and that will truly help you. Okay. All right. let's talk for a minute about reducing toxicity. To support our body's natural detoxification pathways, I recommend our 30-day cleanse and restore. So doTERRA does have a whole packet of, or kit, if you will, and it's called Cleanse and Restore. If you want to download the program, here's a QR code for that. You'll have a little tracker there for that. But if you just want to log into your doTERRA account, just go to doterra.com and put in your login information. If you need help with that, let me know. I'm happy to support you on that one. Then you can just type in cleanse and restore, and you'll have a couple of different options because one does have the VMG option and one has the Lifelong Vitality Pack option. Daily wellness habits. You're going to want to drink 8 or more glasses of water daily. Use citrus oils in your water for that gentle, natural cleansing, but you're also going to want to put that in a stainless steel or glass container. Please, I'm begging you not to use plastic. Whenever you use plastic, just keep in mind that mycotoxins, little plastic molecule type things, are going into your body, and your body was not made to digest plastic. So please don't use plastic. Please use stainless steel or glass or something like that. Okay. Natural home care. So when we're thinking of natural home care here, our clean home doesn't need to come at a cost to your health. Please know that. And for a lot of people, they're ending up with different lung disorders or different health issues just because of the cleaners that they're using in their home. So toxin-free cleaners are the only way to go in my book. And the best cleaner that I have found is On Guard Concentrated Cleaner. That's the one that I do recommend for everyone. Now, and that is this right here. It's around $20 or less, I think, a whole bottle. And this will last you a few months because it's concentrated. So you just need a little bit mixed with a lot of water, and then you can use that. I also recommend the foaming hand wash because a lot of the hand washes, I don't even know of any hand wash that's on the market today that is completely toxin free. And this one is amazing. It will not strip your natural germ fighting barriers on your skin like a lot of them do. We also have our On Guard laundry detergent. Oh, how I love that one. That is my favorite laundry detergent of all time. And then we have our Abode line. With the Abode line, this is formulated without the phosphates, the phthalates, the dyes, the sulfates, the chlorine, all the stuff that we want to avoid, right? So both lines are actually. I'm just saying that we don't have any of that in any of them. But we do have laundry pods. We have dishwasher pods. We've got dishwashing detergent or soap, and also an all-purpose cleaner and other foaming hand wash. So if that's something that you feel like you could benefit from, that would be awesome. I did have some people ask me, or we had a little conversation about those that might be on a sewer tank. I would not recommend the pods for that. You do want to stick with the liquid for the laundry pods or the dishwashing detergent. So just letting you know that. Daily wellness habits here. You want to eliminate all chemical-based cleaning products, all your air fresheners, all of that kind of stuff. Like the plug-ins got to go, the Febreze got to go. That stuff is just not healthy for you. So you want to use natural, safe cleaners and detergents. Self-care. So you do not have to settle for questionable ingredients in your self-care routine, okay? You want to avoid adding to your body's toxic load. You definitely want to do that. So you want to replace those synthetic things as much as possible with doTERRA naturally formulated essential oil-based stuff. So with that, we're going to talk now about our oral health, right? So we've got our toothpaste, our mouthwash, we've got hair care here going on, skin care. This is honestly my favorite skincare set, the essential skincare. But we also have our Virage skincare set for those that might be a little younger, that can benefit from that as well. And then we also have our Yarrow Palm collection. All of that this is our body serum. This has also been used for weight loss. It's used for a lot of different things, okay? So I'm loving this. It's really awesome. You want to eliminate those chemical-based self-care products and use the safe and natural products in our self-care routine. So when it comes to informed self-care, you want to make it a habit to use doTERRA Natural Solutions as our first line of defense. The first thing you're going to think of when life's challenges arise, you want to use something that you can trust. And if you need a reference book, let me know. I can show you where to go for those. I have one of the best ones that I like to use. But you want solutions at your fingertips, not having to go and search and try to find the right answer and hear all the confusing whatever that's out there, right? So when we're talking about informed self-care, we're going to be talking about a few different things. One of the best things we want to do is really focus on cellular health and really helping that mitochondria be able to really stay balanced. And that's where our frankincense is going to come in there. Right? So on a healthy inflammatory response, healthy cell cycling, all of that, you want to really be able to use that frankincense. And we have it in a few different ways. We have a frankincense oil, we have a frankincense stick, and we have a frankincense capsule. The frankincense capsule does actually have the boswellic acid in it, which is phenomenal and totally love it. The stick has the Nile wood in it. But then the essential oil has several different types of frankincense and is honestly the best that I've ever found in all of my research, and I have done a lot of research. For immune health, I do recommend our On Guard line to keep your immune system going strong. That is huge, right? And this is honestly so effective against so many germs. Then we've got our respiratory health. Breathe. We want to breathe. We want to be able to keep our airways open and functioning at all times. Peppermint is a great one to apply for a cooling sensation if you're feeling heated, but it's also great for pick-me-up, for focus, that type of thing. And lavender you can use for different skin ailments or maladies that I would also recommend topically. Castor oil is great. It's a great carrier oil. It'll support daily wellness, and it also helps support self-care routines. And then we have other things to help with different discomfort that you might be feeling, like different things throughout your body. So past tense can be used for that, as well as our deep blue. So daily wellness habits, you want to turn those natural solutions as your first line of defense. You want to refer to an essential oil reference book for possibilities, and let me know if you have any questions on those. I'm happy to help. So let's talk about your wellness plan. I want you to write down your top 3 health priorities for you and your family. Okay? Take a minute to do that. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that. And then I want you to write down what natural solutions you already have to help those priorities, right? Some of you might already have some things there in your home at your fingertips already that you can use for that. And then what solutions do you need for those? And then that's where we can have a conversation and really talk about this. Oh, looks like my slide kind of got messed up on this one. Forgive me on that one. So then we want to come in and we want to create a morning, afternoon, and evening wellness plan just for you, customized just for you. Now, Dr. Hill does recommend specific daily habits, and that is what these are that are already entered in here. And I'll have to go back and fix this slide, but this is something that I do totally recommend. So when you go to doTERRA, you can look up the daily health habits or daily healthy habits or daily health habits, something like that. And then you'll be able to find that there. Now, what other wellness choices could support your goals? We've talked about water intake. We've talked about sleep. We've talked about exercise. We've talked about some dietary changes, right? All of those do play a part. So Then what I would like to do is set up a consultation with you so that we can create a 90-day wellness plan customized just for you, right? And as you'll see right now, there's no recommendations under there because this is custom just for you. So just keep that in mind. We want to make sure that you are on a plan to truly be able to be supported. As we're customizing your plan, there are some things that we will talk about that, especially in related to what your health priorities are. So one of the things I want you to do is if you already have somebody that you're working with, please reach out to them. If you do not, please reach out to me, and then we can have a conversation about this and truly be able to help you be able to get the most benefit from the body that you've been given and be able to fulfill your best life. So, one of the things we do want you to do is make wellness your foundation. We actually have a foundational wellness kit. Now, the foundational wellness kit does include the VMG or the Lifelong Vitality Pack that already has and it will also have the omegas, the essential fatty acids, and then we'll also include a PB Restore bottle. This is foundational, right? Like this is just basic foundation to really help you along your way. Now, I continue to take this because as I age, I have found that this is a tremendous benefit for me. And you may feel the same way. So, with that, doTERRA does offer an incredible rewards program. We want you to be able to live these benefits, right? Anytime you place a monthly order on your rewards program, doTERRA gifts you points back, if you will, and different rewards so that you can use those for free products. And I will tell you that we also have a product of the month club that I like to call it. So anytime you order a 125 point order by the 15th of the month on the rewards program, then you're going to receive a free product. And doTERRA will choose that product. They'll automatically add it to your cart. And then you'll get that every month. Right now, it is part of the Family Essentials kit. They're going to send you one of those each month throughout the year. They'll also add in a couple of others because the Family Essentials kit is only 10 oils and there's 12 months in a year. So you get a couple of extra ones. I think last year it was the Copaiba and the MetaPower, which is awesome. Okay, so that is something that I do recommend that you do become a part of our rewards program, that you become a rewards member and you order so that you can be able to get those free things. After you've done the product of the month for a year, the first year you're going to get around 250 points for the year overall. Like you'll get a monthly, but overall it's around that for the first year as you accumulate your points. After you've been with us though 13 months and more, and you do the product of the month each month, you're going to receive 450 points or more every year. That's $450 worth of products. That's incredible. Okay. I actually have a little slide that I share with people on that one. But for now, just letting you know that during your first month, looks like I need to fix this one too. We've got the first 3 months, you're going to get 10% back on your rewards program. Then your second month, your second quarter, you're going to get 15% back. And then you'll get 20% back after that, 25 after that, then 30% after that. So I've done the math on that, and I've seen that we can really be able to benefit from that, which is incredible. So essential tips, the effectiveness of your products, the way that you use them, all of that. To truly be effective, you've got to use them. I mean, that they don't work if they sit in a box, right? You can try different application methods like under the tongue or bottoms of the feet or down the spine or on the navel or whatever, right? Like there's so many different ways. And I do recommend that you dilute them if you're using them topically, just so that they can stay on the body longer and you'll get a better effect that way. You do want to avoid eye contact with the eyes, right? Inside the nose and the ears, and you want to dilute with fractionated coconut oil when you can, especially for sensitive skin. And also any type of a citrus oil. You want to avoid the sun after applying that topically for at least 12 hours. Honestly, I recommend just not even using a citrus oil topically. But if you're using bergamot, I recommend avoiding the sun for like 2 or 3 days after using that one topically. But citrus oils are phytosensitive. So like they will actually, the sun's attracted to that even more and will burn that part of the skin more. So that's why we want you to do that. Please read the labels of the bottles. Some of them are meant to be taken internally. Some of them are not. So please read the labels. You definitely want to avoid exposing your products to extreme temperatures or direct sunlight. You want to use glass containers with your essential oils. And like I was saying earlier, we want to avoid those plastics. We don't want to be eating plastics. So remember though that doTERRA essential oils are potent. So you want to use just 1 or 2 drops. We don't need to be pouring in 10 drops. That would be just overkill and that's not going to hurt you, but it's just too much. You just don't need that many. If you want to learn more, um, and you already have a doTERRA wholesale account, you have a member ID number. You should have been given a password when you created your account. If you do not know that, let me know. We'll get you some help on that one. Or you can call doTERRA or chat with them and they'll help you through that. You can also reset it if needed. But doTERRA does offer training for essential oils at training.doterra.com. That is amazing. It is truly helpful. I really do enjoy the online courses there that they have provided for us. Then we also have a podcast, Essential Oil Solutions Podcast, which is so awesome to listen to. Learn so many amazing things that way. And then our living magazine. As long as you have ordered, I think it's 100 points every quarter, then you're going to get this free. It's looking bigger on the screen than it actually is. It's a smaller book, but it's packed with so much information. We have a doTERRA Shop app that you can also use for easy online ordering. And we have a doTERRA YouTube channel. In addition, I have my own YouTube channel, Share Essentials. If you want to follow me there, that would be awesome as well. So member services. So your key support, again, I'm not writing all my information in here, but I'm just letting you know that if you need me, I am here. You can actually see my information in the description of the recording here of this video. But if you're working with another mentor, I would reach out to them. If you want to do a live chat with doTERRA, go to doterra.com. You can text at 34357, or you can call them, or you can email them. Every bottle makes a difference, and I love the difference that it makes on both sides of the bottle, both from a farmer standpoint and also from the person who's consuming the oil. Like, it is incredible to me the way that we're able to change lives and build an impact in changing the lives of our farmers, but also changing the lives of the people who use these products. So if you are open to hosting a class, we would love to have a conversation. And if you are open to learning more about the business, again, we'd love to have a conversation with you. I believe that this is one of the best business models that we have, and I have yet to find a compensation better than doTERRA's. I know that other people say that they have the best. Then when I compare them, I'm like, I still like doTERRA's better. So anyway, just letting you know on that one. Uh-oh, it looks like I went back. All right. Well, that is all I have to share with you for today. If you guys do have any questions or, have any other thoughts that you want to share with me, please feel free to reach out. Happy to talk with you and to share with you any information that I can, answer any questions, and just happy just to chat with you. So we'll see you later. Bye-bye.